I'm Nancy.
I'm Stephanie, and Harry and Meghan just dropped their second Netflix trailer. Wow. Before, we gotta just show it. Let's just show it.
Yeah, we're just gonna show it.
We're gonna let you guys see it
watch
first,
it with
and
you
then we're
guys.
gonna talk about it, okay?
Oh man, I can't believe I have to watch this again.
Okay, here it is. This is their second. I'm sure everyone saw the first.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
You hear that? That is the sound of hearts breaking all around the world.
She's becoming a royal rock star.
And then
Everything changed. There's a hierarchy of the family.
And then the queen.
You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories.
There was a war against Meghan to suit other people's agendas.
It's about hatred. It's about race.
It's a dirty game.
Christopher Booth, we all knew he was
Pain and suffering
I
of
know.
women marrying into this institution.
Dr.
This
Shalom.
feeding frenzy.
Oh,
I realized they're never going to protect you.
I was terrified. I didn't want history to repeat itself. No one knows the full truth. We know the full truth.
oh wow, that was so much worse than the first one. Here's the thing about the first one. The first one,
I feel
thought
sick.
I feel disgusted. I feel just. I definitely gonna take a shower after this one.
Yeah.
The first one, obviously, they wanted it to be their pity party. They wanted it to be them in, their $40 million mansion in
14
$14 million
Montecito.
Montecito and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And we had to see their lives now that they're in America, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Second trailer, disgusting. Not only do they show the Queen, who has passed away recently. This is their first Christmas without the Queen.
They used the stock photo of the premiere of Harry Potter to make it look like they had cameras shooting them from every which angle. It didn't make any sense. Luckily, because of some really good sleuthing on Twitter, my Twitter detectives, my Twitter friends, we were able to find some that I'm putting up right now. The first one is, it looks like Harry and Meghan are getting out of a car and there is just a swarm of photographers, and obviously there's no bodyguard to stop any of these people from swarming this car from opening. I don't even know how to do this, but apparently people can find out the original file of where these pictures come from. And it turns out that photo is from Michael Cohen's leaving his prison term. Michael Cohen is our ex-president's ex-lawyer, and he was brought up on federal charges for fraud and all this stuff. He's associated with Trump, so of course. But anyways, that was that. And then you have this other one where Harry and Meghan look to be like running. Now, I actually remember when this day was taken, and I think this was before they got married, and she was just kind of like doing the rounds and everything. And it looks like he's running or something. And then it looks like photographers are running after them. Well, that turns out to be, and I don't know about this because I don't live in England, but Katie Price arrives to Crawley Magistrates Court for sentencing. Again, they're using high-profile people, high-profile cases to make it look like that's the photographers who are chasing them.
Well, they're trying to reenact what Princess Diana went through.
And
that's what's so appalling.
What the Princess of
and
Wales,
what the Princess of Wales went through. That is what's so appalling about this second trailer, is that they are baiting these people that are not educated on the matter, and they're going, look what happened to my mother, and this same thing's gonna happen to Meghan, and guess what? This is why we left and took that $100 million from Netflix.
And the other thing is, you have a lot of people who watched The Crown and watched last season of The Crown, and I didn't watch
on Netflix.
I didn't watch it, but I heard that obviously it portrayed Diana in a horrible light. Recently, I saw her butler, who was with her for over 20 years, say that Diana was absolutely not like this. She was not the mother that they portrayed her. It was awful. It was devastating. Now, how could Harry take $100 million from a streaming service that would do this to his mother's memory, if he loved his mother so much?
Well, what was the thing the Archbishop said at the Queen's funeral? He said people that...
I'll play that
again.
right
Yeah,
now. Yeah,
great...
Those who serve will be loved and remembered when those who cling to power and privileges are long forgotten.
True.
But
I
but
love
that's
that.
what's so disturbing. And you know, and I'm sure you're going to pull up this picture when they were going to visit
Desmond Tutu.
When they were going to go visit, and she had Archie, and she was holding Archie, and Harry and her were going to the house to visit. This is what's so crazy. This is all over Twitter too. Guys, there were only 3 photographers. All 3 photographers were supposed to be there. No paps. No one with a disposable camera.
They're royals.
No one with their iPhone.
They're royals.
There were 3 people. So that picture that they're showing that was going against their privacy and being intrusive, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That was taken.
It was taken
with one of their photographers. So this whole thing
you
is gonna blow up
cannot
in your
go on
face.
a royal visit and not have it planned to the detail.
Yeah, so
you know why? Because they would have lost a royal by now, and it's never happened in the history of planned visits,
and the
overseas visits.
Other thing that
nothing ever happened to Fergie or Andrew.
Yeah, and the other thing that bothers me is all the pictures and videos of Kate, of Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales. I am just
they use her running, you know, in the
no, they show
away from photographers.
No, they show Princess Diana, and they say Princess in Distress, and then they show Catherine, and they say Princess in Distress.
They're trying to make it look like she would love to be not free.
She's Rapunzel too, guys. She's Rapunzel.
Just as it's just as bad for her, but she's so sad and so miserable just because she doesn't have a stupid grin on her face all the time like Meghan does.
She's a human being.
I mean, I understand. Meghan thought this was going to be like pap walks and you know,
getting paid for everything and Instagram.
She grew up in America. We're used to seeing Catherine on the cover of Us Magazine and People Magazine. That doesn't mean Catherine worked with People Magazine or Us Magazine to be on those covers. They can use her likeness. She's a famous person. Meghan just wasn't sensational enough. She wasn't famous enough. She's not the future queen. Now you see 2 people who are going to lend their voices as, you know, doing interviews for on behalf of Meghan and Harry. The first one is the attorney who she's very anti-royal, and she was on that BBC special, I believe.
This is in the trailer?
Mm-hmm. Oh. The BBC show. She did an interview saying how horrible it was, and Meghan had death threats and all these things.
Right.
Just basic BS. So then you see Chris Boozy in the trailer as well, which I kind of speculated the whole time.
I don't know who that is.
Christopher Boozy, you know, he came out of nowhere in 2019. His history is he was a data analyst. So he started a company called Bot Sentinel, and supposedly is going to tell you who's bots and trolls and who's real people. But it kind of didn't work out the way he wanted to. I think what happened in 2019 was he filed for bankruptcy and he was facing eviction. So in order to, and this is just speculation, in order to make some fast cash, he had to jump on the Meghan and Harry bandwagon and get on the Sussex Squad side. So he's like their savior.
Okay, so that's why he's in the,
Yeah, so that's why he's in there. He's trying to prove that there was a coordinated attack online to attack Meghan personally and say all those people were hired bots and trolls. Chris, hi, I'm real. My name's Nancy.
Yeah, I'm Stephanie.
She's real too.
I'm not a bot.
Yeah. He was trying to prove that people like us, who we weren't even being
There's a ton of us out there.
We have opinions.
Just like you, we watch Sex in the City.
Yeah. In America, we had an election recently, and he speculated that the House was going to go to a certain party, and it actually went to the other party.
So he's not a great
data
analyst.
And sounds like
he's a liar too. Sounds like he's a liar too.
So yeah, he's just a big fat liar too.
Chris Boozy's a liar. And probably a boozy. Probably drinks heavily. I would be if I was associated with them too.
I found this little data thing the other day. If there are so many Sussex Squad members, and if we're fake and we're the bots, then how come Netflix has over 200,000 dislikes right now for that trailer?
For that trailer on YouTube.
And only a little over 20,000 likes. Now, Marlene Headley was not in the trailer.
No. Well, why would she be?
I do suspect, though, that we're going to see Dr. Shola, her best friend.
This is Marlene is the woman who...
Yes.
set up William's godmother at Buckingham Palace the other day, Lady Hussey.
This is all
in the public domain. It is.
This
It's
is
out
all
there.
in the public domain
It's
now,
out there.
and it's been proven. So there's actual video footage that came out today of Marlene
talking about
how wearing what she normally wears. She's like, this is what I normally wear. Now
she was wearing
audio
black
is really
pants. She was
hard.
wearing like a Kardashian bodysuit or something. I don't know.
I can't really hear the audio that well, and I haven't seen a transcript of it. If anyone can find a transcript, let me know. I'd love to read it. For someone who's not African,
No, she
wow.
said she's African.
No, she says she's
Caribbean.
African and Caribbean.
Caribbean,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, no, you
Caribbean.
can say Caribbean. Some people say Caribbean. I say Caribbean. I don't know why I say that. I think because I dated a guy who was
Okay.
from the Caribbean, and that's how he said it.
So she's pulling out all these clothes. You know what
And
it
she's
looks like?
basically
I gotta
saying
say-
this is a setup.
I gotta
This
say,
is how to set people up.
That's what I saw.
She said, I don't really wear this, but
Oh God, look, she has
I don't
pumps on,
normally
too.
wear
She has nice-
heritage clothing. That's what she said. I don't usually
You
wear
wear
heritage
it.
clothing. And then she pulls out these backpacks and she's like, but look at this,
But
guys.
look, I have it.
I've got it.
So I'm gonna set up this 83-year-old woman.
Another thing we found out about Marlene was she was really upset that Lady Hussey basically went like this.
Abuse doesn't have to be physical. But if you move my hair without permission, to me, that's abuse.
Her name tag was right here. So she went, well, what's your name? Now, should you do that? No, I wouldn't touch anybody's hair. I'm just not into that.
Well, there's a
However, this woman's 83.
But
she has
hearing
she has
problems.
hearing
She's 83.
problems.
Makes sense.
Okay, should she have done that? No. Was it racist?
No.
Hell no. Because look who else likes to touch people's hair without permission. Harry.
And Harry.
So how come, Marlene, you're not coming out over that?
You know, this is...
Dr. Shula, how come you don't want to slap Harry?
Yeah. She's a complete... So we figured this out. Obviously, she's a con woman.
She's a con woman.
So that just, all that came out too. So we
Yeah.
have on top of the second trailer of the Netflix show, we have now this, and it's just never ending. And
I don't even know what's going to happen the rest of the week.
You know what's strange to me though? This is not good press for Harry and Meghan.
I think this is it for them.
Yeah.
I really do. I think
this is it.
Netflix gave them $100 million. Netflix isn't like we do nice things for ex-royals that need our help.
You out.
They don't. They want their, pound of flesh. There's 100 million people in the queue right now waiting to watch it. Well, then why aren't you guys hitting the like button?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be hitting the like button?
I love
it's like
them.
we hit the dislike button. There's two of us.
80% of them.
Two of us.
Turns off their comments on Twitter. I think that's
they
so
do. I think more like 90%.
funny. Probably not.
I think
probably
more
this
like
week.
90%.
I'm sure this week. So so the second trailer. If you don't have to watch it, don't. It's sickening, and if you know what, trigger warning. If you are a fan of Princess Diana and you loved her, don't watch it because it's disgusting.
I don't think Harry even knew his mother.
Harry doesn't know what's going on.
You know what we also need to remember? She had 2 sons.
She did.
What do you think
She does.
William is going through right now?
Yeah, and it's sad.
What do you think he's going through?
Yeah, it's sad.
This is sick.
So I guess.
So another thing that I told Stephanie asked me today, she goes, how come on Thursday is Netflix only playing 3 episodes?
Well, here's the thing about Netflix, and which the one thing I love about Netflix, if something big comes out,
you binge it.
You binge it. That's the whole point of Netflix. You don't have it broken up into parts, and you don't go once. It's not Hulu, it's not HBO. That's not the way it works. Now suddenly we have to wait.
We don't have to wait. So how they're doing
it?
How they're doing it is they're letting us see 3 episodes on Thursday.
And then we have to wait.
And then Stephanie goes, why are we waiting? And I said, well, Stephanie, the last 3 episodes are going to be...
Ironically enough.
Are going to be the night of the Princess of Wales's Christmas Carol, her 2nd annual Christmas Carol. Last year, she beautifully played the piano. Everybody was just in awe of this. That is the night they're doing it. So, I mean, we obviously know what's going on here.
So we know this is a setup.
We see what's going on.
And the second trailer's Disgusting.
I
So-
hope there isn't a third trailer, but who knows?
No, because it's going to air on Thursday, they said, right? Yeah, so no, it's done. There's 2 trailers. Or maybe there will be. You know what I also find funny, though? Sorry to cut you off. No press for this. That she was going to be on the Tonight Show.
She was
with
going to be on
Jimmy
Fallon.
She was going to be on Fallon, and her people said to the Tonight Show, "We'll have Meghan participate. She'll be on it if she is the only guest, and she can do all 3 segments." And they refused.
Like Ellen.
They refused. They refused.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Is that true?
100% true. She said if Meghan could be the only guest and she does all 3 segments, and people at Fallon were like,
I didn't know that.
no, because you know the people at Fallon were like, oh my God, the backlash we would get if we actually put her on.
Well, the thing is, everything's coming out to light. I mean, even down to Omid Scobie saying that last year, saying in a tweet, the Duke and Duchess have no plans on doing a reality TV show. They plan on producing nature
and this
shows
is the inside
and
guy.
a cartoon, which was later it was going to be called Pearl.
Netflix handed them over $100 million to actually do work.
They didn't do the work.
They didn't do the work.
Now they're collecting.
This is how they're going to collect their money. They're going to sell out their family, his family.
Well, they did. They're just the way that
No, I'm
Netflix
saying
is now
this
going
is-
to.
we're gonna see it.
And we can't throw just Netflix under the bus. They're a company. They're a entertainment company. Okay, and they have no ties to the British royal family. They're not. They're an American company.
Yeah, but they have ties to.
No. But they like I said, we can't throw Netflix under the bus and go, well, this is all going to be Netflix's fault, because we know that's what Meghan's going to do.
Yeah.
We know she's already setting the foundation for that. She's
At the
already
beginning
saying
of
that
the
because
year.
she said the director.
She's gonna blame
They've
Netflix.
already had 2 directors for this thing. They had to outsource with 2 production companies because obviously Archwell is not a big enough conglomerate.
Can I tell you a little
to do
thing
this.
too, which I find fascinating? They're going to get that award on Tuesday. They're getting a fake award from Kerry Kennedy. And what I find ironic about this is that Kerry Kennedy's sister is on the production team that produces the Netflix documentary.
I didn't even know that.
Yes, 100%.
I didn't even know
And
that.
I gotta
That's
get the name.
new information.
Yeah, I'll share the story with you. But her sister is
good
on the
find.
production. Yeah, I mean it's all tied in. So guys, don't get discouraged. This is not going to bring down the monarchy.
No. Oh God,
This
no.
isn't.
You know what? We're gonna feel bad. We're gonna feel bad for the family.
Yeah.
But guys,
It's not going to take anyone
This
down.
is the royal family.
Yeah.
It's not going to take anyone down.
They've been through worse.
Yeah, and America knows what Meghan and Harry do. Americans know. We know exactly what they're
Okay,
doing.
so
It's
let's get ready.
So at the end of this, if there's anybody watching this or listening to this who's in the New York area, there is a wonderful and talented comedian. She is a legend. Her name is Elaine Boozler, and I absolutely love her. And she has an animal rescue group called Tales of Joy. If you want to rescue a dog from the New York shelter right now, she is doing a wonderful thing. She will donate a full year of food, treats, vaccines, standard vet visits, plus a leash, bed, and collar. All you have to do is adopt the dog and she will take care of everything else. This is amazing. This is at a kill shelter. I'll put all the information in the description, and every time we end our podcast, we will put a picture of a dog that needs to be out of that shelter ASAP.
Yeah.
So
Adopt a
it's
dog.
adopt a dog.
Okay.
And there's wonderful dogs. Thank you, Elaine Boozler. You are a wonderful human being. I
Okay.
love you. So this is it for now, and we will catch you on the flip side. See you later.